ओ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्राहग्रासैक कर्मणे Broadly speaking, the schools of philosophy in India are divided into two parts: Astika Sampradaya and Nastika Sampradaya. Astika Sampradaya are those who are considering Vedas as the authority in revealing the nature of the reality. And Nastika Sampradaya are those schools of thoughts who do not take Vedas as the authority. Buddhism, Jainism, they belong to the Nastika Sampradaya. There are such schools of thoughts established their viewpoints very strongly over many centuries. And Bharata is a land which always entertained and encouraged, supported philosophies of different kinds, irrespective of whether they are Vaidika Parampara or not. That's the beauty of that land. The knowledge, the land of knowledge. And people also were so open-minded and followed the traditions, even if they are not having the Vedas as authority. And one such is the Madhyamika Buddhism. Here it is said that those people who have taken to that particular tradition, not having Vedas as their authority, Anadhritya Shrutim Maukyad Ime Bauddhaha Tamasvinaha Apedire Niratmatvam Anumana Eka Chakshushaha. Three pramanas are considered as very important in knowing about the reality of a thing: Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, Shabda Pramana. What is evidently seen by our senses are taken to be real. Most of the people who take only those as the reality which are perceived by the senses. One or the other senses. Need not be all the senses. For example, the form is known by only the eyes, the color and shape. It cannot be known by other senses. So even if it is one sense, one particular sense organ can experience a thing, that is considered as a pramana. So pratyaksha pramana is considered by science also as the most powerful evidence of reality. And what is not perceived by the senses directly, but known in the form of cause and effect relationship, Anumana Pramana. Anumana Pramana is that which also used by science. By seeing an effect, one can understand the cause, and for which there is a relationship between the effect and the cause must be established. If I see smoke somewhere, I can easily conclude that there must be fire. But at the same time, not all effects will have the qualities and characteristics of the cause. And most of the logical conclusions, or what is referred to as inferential knowledge, the very word inference means a conclusion based upon certain earlier understanding. Not necessarily that alone can be true. If I walk out of my building and I see on the narrow corridor of my building filled with wet water, I can conclude that it has rained. But that need not be the truth. Somebody might have watered the plants. So how do I come to conclude that it is only rain and nothing else? I have to remove all other possibilities. Until then, that Anumana is not complete. So the Buddhists, looking at the world of constant change, nothing is permanent. Everything is changing. Everything is fleeting. Everything is temporary. With that understanding or experience, they have come to conclude that the cause is also of the same nature. If effect called the world is changing and fleeting and temporary, the cause also must be that. For which they have taken only Anumana as Pramana. For any Anumana, there must be a presupposition of earlier conclusion based upon Pratyaksha. What is seen by the senses taken to be a reference point for inference. If a person looks at a rope which was lying down and consider that to be a snake, it's a Anuman only. And due to the earlier perception of snake, which was looking like a rope, which is perceived by that person earlier. Therefore, when he looks at that rope, which was not properly illumined by the light, he had the reference to the experience of snake, which looked like a rope. So when does he come to see it as a snake? Only when he had earlier reference to the memory of seeing a snake which looked like a rope. If that person has never seen a snake in his life, would he see that a snake? Will he? That's why the small children, they are fearless. They go and pick it up also. Hey, don't touch it. Why? Snake. Meaning? Well, the fellow doesn't know what snake is. Snake, you're not seen. And then they show the picture of snake. Nice. It'll bite you, kill you. So that experience, indirect or direct, had to be there for the person to come to the conclusion that what is lying down is a snake. I mean, at least that Anuman. So Pratyaksha is direct perception is a necessary requirement for Anuman. Now, when the argument by the Buddhas, that the world being constantly changing and temporary and fleeting, and their conclusion is, in our experience, anything that is constantly changing and subject to transformation, birth and death is unreal. It has no intrinsic reality. It has no permanent nature. It constantly changes its own conditions. Therefore, the cause also must be of the same kind. This kind of an argument is not tenable, acceptable. Because they are, in the absence of Pratyaksha and Anumana Pramana, one should go to the third one, which is what the Vedic tradition is. Shabda Pramana. What cannot be proved by Pratyaksha, what cannot be concluded by inference, must be understood as understood with the authority of the Vedic or scriptures. Here in this context, it is taken as Vedas as the Praman. Adrushta Vishayameva Vedantasya Vishayam Tada Sadhanam. Adrushya Vishaya. Adrushya Vishaya means what cannot be perceived. Even if you take the Vedic ritual part of it, heaven is an Adrushya Vishaya, not seen, not experienced before. So when the Vedic ritual is performed also, what is the subject matter which is taught there, or what is the purpose for which the ritual is done? Adrushya. And somebody would say, for Adrushya Vishaya, Swarga ke liye kya sadhan hoga? What will take me to that Adrushya? That is Swarga. Punya. ये पुण्य भी अदृश्य है, आप देख सकते हो, इतना पुण्य है मेरे पास, अब देखो, वो भी अदृश्य है। मैं इतना, आई हैव डन सो मेनी मेरिटोरियस एक्शन, मतलब उसका फल भी अदृश्य है। So then this adrishya vishaya, unseen thing, cannot be considered as, because it is unseen, it is not true. This is the point which the Buddhists put. Because I do not have pratyaksha pramana, I do not have any conclusion of its existence through inference. Now tell me, how do I infer there is heaven? कोई जाके आया क्या? As somebody has gone and come back and reported to me, therefore I believe that. So, because I do not have pratyaksha and anumana pramanas, and we don't take Vedas as authority, therefore what is the conclusion then? जो मैं देख रहा हूं, whatever I am seeing, ये असत, जिसके कारण भी उसका कारण भी असत है। अनादृत्य श्रुतिम, without taking the support of the Shruti, Maurkyat, out of stupidity, Ime Bauddhaha, these Buddhists, tamasvinaha, filled with tamas, darkness, ignorance. Apedire, they reach niratmatvam. They consider and conclude there is no vastu called Atman. And they are considered as Ekachakshusha. With only one eye they see it. As I said last class, with the one eye, when you see it, you don't see the depth. Other side you don't see. Is it not true? One-sided view, we can say that, no? Sometimes one-sided view. Don't have an one-sided view. What does it mean? Everything has got other side. Look at both of them and then come to the right conclusion. One side only when you see, your judgment will be wrong. You have to have a balanced view by seeing the other side as well. Many times in our life, we don't want to see the other side because that will make us very unhappy. A person looks very charming or very beautiful, very attractive. One person went to somebody's house for that, in India, they have the ceremony of what is called looking at the bride. When the bride will come and then she will bring nice, beautiful, eatables. She wears a beautiful dress also. What do you call in Hindi? Mein kya kehte hain usko? Hai? Nandita? Oh, I have to unmute you. You can type me, chat. दुल्हन को देखना, हाँ, वरण देखना, मुख दिखाई. Looking at the face. Really, you face a lot of problem afterwards. You don't understand that. Now, लड़की देखना. Okay, लड़की देखना तो ठीक है. Now you see, so the father of the boy, he said, लड़की को देखो, that you lead, but उसको माँ को भी देखो, उसकी grandma को भी देखो. Said, why? What are you saying? See, thing is, लड़की आप देखते हो अभी. 20 years later, you will be living with not this one. After some 30, 40 years, you will be living with this person. तो उसको भी देखो पहले, फिर शादी करो. So that is practical. Practically, he was taking about. What you are seeing is not what going to be all the time. So उसको grandmother को देखा, वैराग्य हो गया उसको. I'm going to live with this person. Yeah. Sure. Be ready for that also. उसको कहते हैं looking at the other side of the coin also. A balanced view. It's not the dark picture of life. I'm not saying that. It is a practical thing. We go by the package. When you buy a thing, the package will be beautiful, but the product doesn't work, then what will you do? Package, with the package, what are you going to do with that? So here, Anumana Pramana is one aspect of it only, and that is based upon Pratyaksha. So it is Anumana which includes Pratyaksha there. Eka Chakshushaha, having only with one eye, they cannot come to a conclusion that Asadeva Sarvam iti. Now, another interesting point he brings. The Buddhists say, nothing exists. What? Nothing exists. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure nothing exists. Oh, is it so? चलो, उसके बारे में हम सोचेंगे. शून्यमासीदिति ब्रूषे सद्योगं वा सदात्मताम् शून्यस्य न तु तद्युक्तम् उभयं व्याहतत्वतः शून्यमासीदिति ब्रूषे सद्योगं वा सदात्मताम् शून्यस्य न तु तद्युक्तम् उभयं व्याहतत्वतः. Chandogya Upanishad said, Sadeva agre idamasit, Sadeva somya idamagra asit. In Bhagavatam also, in Chatushloki Bhagavatam, Bhagavan Krishna says, Ahamevahame Ahameva asam. Agre ahameva asam. Nanyat na anyat. So, whether Krishna had said in Bhagavatam very clearly, I alone was existing. Paschadaham yatetasya yovasishedat sosmyaham. I alone was there in the beginning. And afterwards also, whatever you see is me only. And when everything disappears, whatever remains is also me only. Similar to that, he was reflecting, or stating the point which was said in the Upanishad. Or Upanishads and Bhagavan Krishna, whatever they said, both of them spoke about the same reality. What? Sadeva somya idamagra asid. Agre, in the beginning, Sadeva asid. The Buddhists would say, Shunyam asid iti. Nothing existed. And how did they come to the conclusion? Because whatever I see is constantly disappearing. Shunyam asid. In English, you put nothing existed. Now, if you see the commentary also beautifully here explained that part, what is called a usage of what is known as predicate. A predicate is used connected to a subject. A predicate is used as connected to the subject. Like for example, it can be two types. One is the predicate can be related to the nature of a thing, or the predicate and the subject must have a relationship. Like we say, sun is hot. Hot is not a verb. It is a nature of the sun. So hot is a predicate. The sun is hot is swabhava or swarupa of sun. Swarupa of the sun, nature of the sun. Now, and if you say sun is hot, as I said, it is not a verb. It is not something which needs to be done. It's a matter of fact. It's a statement of fact. It is not I created, you created, somebody made it like that. No, sun is hot for everybody. Not that it is hot for me and not hot for you. It's not true, because its nature is that. So a predicate must represent the nature of a thing. All right. Now, if you say shunyam asid, the asid word existed is a predicate to shunyam. If it is the swarupa or the nature of the subject here, then existence is the swarupa or nature of nothing. It's contradictory. Existence is a positive thing, nothing is a negative thing. How can nothing exist? How can nothing will exist? Now you see, okay, this pencil. Pencil exists. Correct? You all see it? Pencil exists not. Now, when I say pencil doesn't exist, what does that mean? There was a pencil and now it is not exist. Then you can understand that it was and it is not right now. So the reality of the pencil is established at some point of time, and whose existence now is not there. This is understandable. But nothing is not a thing which existed before. Oh, I hope I understand that. When you say nothing existed, nothing cannot have a nature of existence. Because for existence to be there as a swabhava of a thing, it should be a real thing. But you yourself saying it's unreal. So how can you make the statement as nothing existed? Taking existence as a predicate? Predicate? Not correct. Okay, so let us look at the second one. A predicate can be a relationship. Good. Like for example, dog walks in the park. So dog is the subject, and walking in the park is what it does. There is a relationship between the dog and its walking. It is not a swabhava. The swabhava is barking. It's walking. So therefore, when you look at that statement, it may appear like a verb, but it is include many other things, walking in the park and many other things. So there is a relationship between dog and its walking on the park. Now, if you take that predicate in that context, use it here, nothing existed. What is the relationship between nothing and existed? Because one is, again, absence, another is presence. Between an absent thing and a present thing, there cannot be a relationship. So therefore, here he says, Shunyamasi didi brushe. When you said Shunyamasi, nothing existed. Sadyogam. Sadyogam means connected to or related to it. Va sadatmatam, or its nature. As a predicate should have either of the one. Sadyogam va sadatmatam va na. Shunyasya natu. It is not possible. What? Ubayam na tadyuktam. Both are not possible to be connected here, because they contradict. Vyahatattvataha. Because they contradict. These two words that he used cannot have any relationship, neither as one representing the nature, the predicate representing as a nature, or predicate as a relationship. Both of them are contradictory, and therefore what you have said as asad asid iti, that statement cannot be correct. Grammatically look at it. The statement is unacceptable. Now he is giving an example in the next verse. What is the example? Na yukta tamasa suryo na pichaso tamomayah Satshunyayor viroditvat shunyamasit katam vada na yuktas tamasa suryo napi chaso tamomayah Satshunyayor viroditvat shunyamasit katam vada. Tamasa suryaha na yuktaha. Surya, the sun, has no relationship with darkness. What is a relationship? A relationship is where two or more things must be connected to each other and both are not contradicting. You cannot say A and B has a relationship. What is a relationship? If A is there, B is not there. If B is there, and A is not there. Then how can there be a relationship? There is a cigarette company in India, Will's Flake. Not that I drank or smoked or something, but it's a huge, long time back, it's a huge ban, boarding everywhere. And they put one husband and wife standing together. and the guy having a cigarette in his hand, made for each other. Okay. Now, what do they mean by that? Is it that they are talking about husband and wife, or the cigarette and the person? No idea. I had no clue about it. So, whenever I looked at that advertisement, during that time also, quickly when I read it, it's not reading made for each other, it's a mad at each other. now, now, after some time only they realized that later on. And from the beginning, it's made for each other. Now one cannot stand the other. You understand? See, if one is there, other fellow will walk away. Another thing will walk away from the house, let us say. If that is the case, you will never see them as couple. One boy was asked this question by his neighbors, not neighbors, his friend circle, and they were all having a party, and all the families are invited, school children. So one lady asked one boy, "Who are your parents?" There are a lot of people there. "Who are your parents?" The boy said, "I'll show you now." He took a saucer full of coffee, cup. He broke it. Two people came running and shouting at him. These are the two. The only time they both come together is to shout at you. Otherwise, they are not together. They're only when they are there. When I do a mistake, they both come together and shout at me. That's when I know them. सूर्य है तो तमस नहीं होगा. न युक्त तमसा सूर्य है. Sun is not associated with darkness. Not also sun is of the nature of tamas, darkness. Na cha aso tamomaya. Surya na tamomaya. Neither it is of the nature of darkness, nor it has got any relationship with darkness. See, if you take a iron ball and put it in the fire and becomes hot, heat is not the nature of that iron ball, but it can have a relationship with the heat. Correct? When you put it in the fire for a long time, of course, this the iron ball will have the heat, but that's not its nature. It's a relationship. In that way, can the sun have a relationship with the darkness? Or his sun is of the nature of darkness? In the same way, existence and nothing have no relationship. Shunya, sat shunyayoho. Sat means existence. Sat shunyayoho, between the existence and shunya, nothingness, viroditvat. It's a contradiction. Shunyamasid iti katham vada. How can therefore you make a statement like Shunyamasid? They will say, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Now, as I told you in some classes before also, Buddhism doesn't talk about the origin of the world. You go into any extent to read it. They will never talk about creation. Because when you talk about creation, you have to talk about what is the origin of what you are seeing, experiencing, knowing. To deny, when you deny the entire creation, है ही नहीं creation. उसके बारे में क्यों सोचो? What is the deliberation upon something which doesn't exist? So the Buddhist gets very vexed, very unhappy about this whole argument which this is put forth in front of him. According to you, when we say nothing existed, you are arguing that that is not possible? Now, let us look at Vedanta. The Buddhist immediately gets up. In your conclusion also, what is Jagat? Vedanta says, Jagat, Namarumatvakam Jagat. In verse 23 also, if you look at it, what is Jagat? Namarupodbhavasyeva srishtihi. In verse number 23, Namarupodbhavasyeva srishtitva srishtitapura natayor udbhavastasmad niramsham satyata yatyata. जगत सृष्टि क्या है? सृष्टि माने नाम रूप. अस्तिभादि प्रियम रूपम नाम चेत अंश पंचकम आदित्रयम ब्रह्म रूपम जगत रूपम ततोद्वयम. जगत का रूप क्या है? When you say pot is a creation. Mud is not. I mean, in this context. Mud is Madeva Satyam. Mud was there, mud is there, mud will be there. But what is created out of the mud? Kya hua? Mud ko? Mrit or mud. Mrit is mud. So Mrit had taken a particular form and given a name is pot. So what is created? Nama and Rupa. Correct or not? Yes. Achha. Now, according to you also, Nama Rupa Jagat is not real. Correct or not? Because it has no its own reality. So he puts forth this point to the Vedantin, saying that you consider this world also as not real. That's what I am also trying to say. Well, I didn't understand. Vedantin would say, I didn't understand what you're talking about. Okay, let me make it clear here. Vyadadir nama rupe Mayaya savikalpite Shunyasya namurupe cha Tata che jivyatam chiram. Vyadadir nama rupe Mayaya savikalpite Shunyasya nama rupe cha Tata che jivyatam chiram. Vyad adehe, space, etc. Nama rupe of the form of nama tada rupa, nama rupe dual. Mayaya suvikalpite. It is imagined, conjured up by Maya. According to Vedantin also, the entire creation is name and form created by the power of Maya, starting from space onward. In the same way, Shunyasya nama rupe cha tata. Just like Maya had created Nama and Rupa and created Jagat, similarly, Maya had created out of nothingness, nama rupa. So the origin of this creation is nothing, out of which Maya had created the nama and rupa. This is our argument. Okay. Oh. So the last quarter he says, if that is your argument, may you live long. जीव्यताम चिरम. इतना stupid हो गया आप. You know, when somebody argues so stupidly, all the best to you. Don't we say that? All the best. In your thinking, there is all the best. Because it has absolutely, it's absurd thinking. Gurudev used to say, from nothing, nothing alone can be done. In the case of Vedantic view, Maya cannot create Nama and Rupa out of nothing. You see, when you go to a magic show, obviously nowadays, you know, they make it so real, and you get completely, you know, completely shocked. How did he do it? He knows. He knows, of course, how he does that. Out of nothing, you will bring something. Now here, see. How can a thing come out of nothing? You are not seeing it. That's all it is. Maya viva vijrumbayat yadvimaha yogi avaya svechaya. In Dakshinamurti Stotram, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Maya viva, like a magician. So Ichaya, by his own ability, he creates it. So just as space, etc., are all conjured up or created magically by the Maya, so also from nothing, the Maya had created the entire creation, which you come to experience. Shunyasya nama rupe cha tada iti chet. If that is your argument, Vedanta says, Jivyatam chiram, live long. This is to say, in this kind of a thinking, you will go nowhere. You will not obtain your final target. You keep living here only. It indirectly means no moksha for you. Now, if you, according to your argument, the Nama Rupa Jagat is only, it's only an illusory existence. No doubt about that. मिथ्या का कारण माया है. I have explained to you before also, these two terms are used in our Vedanta for a different purpose. Mithya is not equal to Maya. Mithya is created by Maya. What is perceived and experienced when questioned as no reality is called Mithya. And the very experiencing agent and the experienced object both are created by Maya. Let me clarify this. The world that we see, made of form, smell, touch, taste, and sound. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, jagat. Shabda, sound. Sparsha, touch. Rupa, form. Rasa, taste. Gandham, smell. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhas. These 5 aspects of the world experienced by us is not real, meaning even though experienced, their reality is related to only to the agents through which we experience it. So the agents of experience called the senses and the objects of experience called the world, both are created by Maya. So the world is mithya because the instrument by which we are looking at it is created by Maya. So that is why Bhagavan Shankara says Jagat Mithya. He didn't say Jagat Maya. Jagat Mithya. जो आप देख रहे हो वो ऐसा नहीं है, जो आप सुन रहे हो वैसा वो नहीं है. Because the instrument decides what you experience. Is it not true? Is not the instrument decides what you see? The external instrument is senses, internal instrument is mind. The mind and the senses are the expressions of Maya, and through that expressions of Maya, you see the experience of the world. So experience of the world is decided by these 2 factors. If I am seeing a star in the sky, the star in the sky is seen only with an instrument called telescope. And the telescope decides how much I can see and how much I cannot see. It's a conditioning of the telescope. And again, my eyes condition is also involved. If my eyes are not good, if a telescope is good, I cannot see it. See? So my eyes also decides how much I can see. Then the mind also decides how much I can see. So all these are all instruments of perception. So Maya creates the experience of mithya. Now, for Maya to operate, there must be a substratum, a platform, or a base. And that base on which it can create must exist. As I said, a Mayavi, a magician, he suddenly from his hat, he opens a hat, there's nothing there, he puts back, and again he opens, there is a rabbit sitting there. Now the question is, rabbit pehle tha ya nahi tha? What do you think? पहले आप नहीं देखा, वही है बात. नहीं था, you cannot say, because from nothing will come. The rabbit पहले था, आप नहीं देखा, अभी देख रहे हो. The rabbit was not seen by you before, now it is manifest or made to manifest and you see it. Earlier it was covered by the darkness, which you will not be able to see. And he removes that darkness and you are able to see it. Pehle tha. So for him to manifest the rabbit, there must be a substratum. A thing would be existing before for it to bring it out. So therefore, the substratum on which Maya creates must be a presence, not absence. So for the Maya to create Nama Rupa Jagat, there must be a substratum which was there even before the Jagat, on which, like mud was there even before the pot was born. Don't say mud was not there, pot was born, and then they included mud on the top of it. So, Mrudasid, Tadanantaram, thereafter only, Ghatasya srishti. So here, now you see, Satopi nama rupe dve kalpite chetadavada kutredi niradishtano na brahma kvachidikshate. Satopi nama rupe dve kalpite chetadavada kutredi niradishtano na brahma kvachidikshate. Sataha api, of the existing thing, nama rupe dve, both the names and form, kalpite, are created, conjured up, chet. If you understand the nama rupa, nama and name and form are perceived by you as existing. When you are experiencing, it is an existing, then only you are experiencing. जो नहीं था उसका experience कैसा होगा? You may wake up and say dream did not exist, but while dreaming, you don't say it doesn't exist. While dreaming, no, it is not true. Then you are waking up. If you have experienced Nama Rupa, then it has to have a substratum of existence. Sataha api Nama Rupe kalpite dve chet. From that which was already existing as a substratum upon which alone the names and form as created, then in that case, tada vada, tell me, kutra. In your argument, nama rupa are created, and what is the substratum for that then? Was it or not? Niradhishtana. If you say there is no adhishtana, there is no substratum, then it is Brahma. Na Brahma kvachit ikshade. If that substratum itself is absent, then there cannot be a creation of illusion also. Creation of Namarupa also not possible from a thing which doesn't exist. Na Brahma kvachit ikshate. Even the Brahma or the imagination or the apparent perception of a Namarupa also will not be possible. It is like seeing the snake in the sky. अरे snake के लिए वो substratum होना चाहिए rope. On the rope you can imagine a snake. Can you see the snake on the sky? What is the substratum? I'm seeing snake everywhere. Where? Sometimes on the sky. A substratum क्या है उसका? So for a Nama Rupa Jagat to appear, there must be a substratum on which alone the imagined form can be created. Just like a magician is creating an illusion out of a thing which he knows that it exists. From that only he can create the illusion, not with nothing. Therefore, you tell me, what is the adhisthana for Nama Rupa according to you? Doesn't exist. Then you are not seeing anything. इसकी सोचने का है, सोचेंगे, एक हफ्ता है, 1 full week is there to think. ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।